Sources telling ESPN.com's Scott Burnside that New Jersey Devils president and GM Lou Lamoriello knew the NHL was going to reject the Ilya Kolvalchuk deal before the team announced the signing publicly. The league has rejected the 17-year, $102 million contract because it circumvents the salary cap. Here's what the NHLPA had to say. Jonathan Weatherden is the spokesperson. The NHLPA currently analyzing the basis upon which the NHL rejected the contract between the Devils and Kolvalchuk. We are evaluating the options available to us under the terms established in the CBA. The NHLPA will have no further comment at this time. Here's what Lou Lamoriello had to say. We are extremely disappointed that the NHL has decided to reject the contract of Ilya Kolvalchuk. The contract complies with the terms of the collective bargaining agreement. We will have no further comment until the process outlined in the CBA is complete. Nobody is coming through with further comment, but that's okay. No worries. ESPN NHL analyst EJ Hradek is with us to talk about this and hopefully straighten it out. And I don't know, EJ, what is stranger? The deal, the 17 years, or the fact that Devils GM Lou Lamoriello reportedly knew all about that the NHL was going to reject it before he even held the press conference?
Yeah, I thought that was pretty strange, too, Linda. I was at the press conference yesterday afternoon, and in retrospect now, it seems almost like it was a dream because, sources tell me that Lamoriello and the Devils knew as early as Monday night that, this deal was going to be rejected by the league. And, in fact, a couple of different sources told me that when the league got rumblings that the Devils were thinking along these terms of a 15 or 17-year contract, they reached out to the Devils and said, hey, this is something that we're going to really scrutinize, and we will probably reject it, and still the Devils went forward. So it is a very unusual circumstance right now, and as you see by the statements on all sides, everybody is kind of stepping back and letting this process unfold.
So what do you think will happen now about this process? The NHLPA, 5 days to file a grievance if they choose to. What do you think is going to happen now?
Well, it seems like, Linda, they will file that grievance. I mean, you can't be certain of anything with the NHLPA these days because they haven't had an executive director there for quite a while. They let Paul Kelly go. He was the last executive director last summer, kind of in a late-night meeting that took place in Chicago. So they've been kind of a rudderless ship now for a while, and it's hard to be sure what they'll do, but it seems like they're going to file this grievance. In that case, the next step is they go to arbitration, but there's a problem still in that because there is no arbitrator in place right now. And that means the NHL and the NHLPA have to agree on an arbitrator, and that process could take a long time. It could take days, it could take weeks. There's no timetable on it, and the longer this were to play out, the Devils have to prepare for the season. They have to accommodate this contract, which means they might have to trade some players away. So this could really drag on. That will be the interesting next step, Linda. It looks like it'll be grieved by the PA, and then how quickly can the NHLPA and the NHL agree on an arbitrator to hear this case, and then it goes from there. And one team executive told me that if it does go to arbitration, or when it does go to arbitration, they feel that it will be tougher for the league to win because there is no specific language in the CBA that takes these contracts, these type of contracts, and makes it clear that they're not legal by league standard, and there's no previous precedent for them to go to an arbitrator with. So we could be looking at several weeks of murky water down the road.
What is Kovalchuk's agent saying about this?
Well, like everybody else, Linda, Jay Grossman, who represents Kolvalchuk, and he's represented a number of players over the years, he's saying nothing right now. Everybody's kind of keeping their cards close to the vest, and again, like I say, let this this process play out, and then the next step is for the PA to either file a grievance or not. The other thing here too, Linda, is if they don't file a grievance, if they decide not to grieve this, Ilya Kolvalchuk immediately becomes a free agent again, and then you start this process all over again. So this could go in a couple of different directions, but what I'm being told is that most likely the PA will grieve this. They feel this is a winnable circumstance for them in arbitration, but again, the problem with no arbitrator in place, the league and the PA have to decide on somebody, and that could take a while.
EJ Hradek with the latest on the circus surrounding Ilya Kolvalchuk and the New Jersey Devils. Thanks, EJ.
You got it, Linda.